Hey, Scott, it's Friday. It's time for another episode of Transformation Conversations. We're up to episode 7. And this episode is designed to take a closer look at digital client engagement in the context of business and commercial customers. So typically we hear about this, as it relates to consumers and leveraging social media and the like, but we believe that there's a tremendous amount of value in leveraging digital technology to strengthen a client relationship, and when engaging with the client, to do it based on information not information you should know, and asking the clients the same questions again and again. So it creates more intimacy. I think it strengthens the relationship. So on the whole, it should, in fact, enable a lot more cross-selling, avoid commoditization, strengthen the bank's brand and the like. But that said, what digital technologies can a bank use to really strengthen that relationship, to engage in deeper conversations with the client?
Yeah, and good morning, happy Friday, and I could go pick me, right? There's a lot of newer technologies that allow a financial institution to, first of all, see the entire relationship on the business side of things. Unlike consumer, there are more products and services that we can deliver to our business customers. There's just more needs that can be fulfilled with various different product sets. And of course, a whole lot of innovation can happen within that realm. But when you think about things like identity management, who is this customer and who are they amongst all these other systems? Having something like that can tie it all together, so that when I'm speaking with a customer or just looking up a customer profile, I can see, aha, this one particular customer has all of these things. They bank with us this way. And these are potentially the products and services that could be beneficial, helpful for them, which of course is a benefit for the customer, and it's also a benefit for the institution.
Sure. Now, in our last episode, we talked a lot about customer information. So what we're really talking about here is enriching and making more accessible information about the customer. So we, again, are taking more of an informed approach to the client, not asking them about things that wouldn't really apply to their business or to their size business or to the way that they bank. So ideally, the bank would have, a 360-degree view of all the things that client does, at least from a digital standpoint. You
Right.
think that's the case? Yeah.
I do. And speaking of technology, the concepts around open banking, and open banking isn't my core provider's marketplace. That's not open banking. What it is it's a way that I can have an identity, and I can securely share that identity with various other systems, so that as a bank, I can go ahead and I can plug and play best of breed products and solutions, if you will, dependent upon my differentiation strategy or where it is that I'm trying to penetrate the market. So that's another huge piece to all of this, is to kind of, stitch together, hey, this is where we're going. These are the markets that we penetrate, and these are the solutions that we want to push forward. And being able to do that in a comprehensive and rapid method.
Okay. So there's a lot of banks that are concerned that, leveraging too much in the way of digital loses that high touch approach to customer service.
Yep.
Do you think a balance can be achieved leveraging digital, so being high tech and high touch at the same time?
I do, right? And I think a good example of that is digital signatures. Joe, you were on the phone the other day. We were talking to a customer that was like, well, wait a minute, I love this digital signature thing. This is great. This really facilitates things going back and forth over the internet when it's touchless and everything. But gosh, sometimes customers do want to come into the branch to do something, to exchange documentation. And it's also strategic for me to be white glove service for certain other customers. So, but the technology doesn't have to permanently separate you from the customer. Good technology does both. It allows me to be remote to do my business when that's necessary and convenient, but it also allows for me to slide a tablet across the table to my customer and allow them to do whatever it is that they need to do. And we could be doing this face-to-face or simply doing scanning and OCR of identity documents in order to pull that profile up for the bank.
Sure, sure. And I think one other dimension I wanted to explore was that of client retention. You know, there's this concept of the quiet customer. And typically when a customer is very quiet, you know, it means one of two things. They're extremely happy with everything that's going on, or they're not. You know, and by engaging with them, you know, I think, you know, it gives the banks an opportunity to identify issues before a client relationship is damaged or lost. You agree with that?
I do. And a lot of times, I've been witness to this myself. You know, our bank reaches out when there is a compliance thing. Hey, you know, it's the annual, I need another personal financial statement, or you have an RDC, excuse me, a remote deposit capture scanner. We need you to sign this agreement because we have you do this on annual. Being able to reach out to your customer, not just during those compliance events and because we've got to, is huge for customer retention. Now, the issue there, though, is that we're so busy here with our operation here at the bank that it's all I can do to get these compliance things out, right? Because compliance has been scaling over the years. So being able to automate some of those processes so that I can separate myself and have time to interact and engage with the customer, that's really key, because the operational staff are quite saturated.
You know, I think that makes sense. That makes sense. Well, you know, obviously it's a topic we could spend hours talking about, but we'll leave it there for now. If you're watching this on our website, feel free to drop a note to Scott@prolificbanking.com or Joe@prolificbanking.com with any comments, questions, or suggestions. If you're watching this on LinkedIn, feel free to put a comment in place, and we'll see you again next Friday. Have a great weekend. Thanks so much.
Take care, everybody.